You know, Bev, I think the enemy of beautiful portraiture, of really legacy pieces, is procrastination. And it's the battle that we fight as artists and as portrait artists. There's always, well, I'll put it off to tomorrow. I'll put it off to tomorrow, and a week turns into a month, which turns into 6 months, a year, 5 years, and then it doesn't happen. And for me, I think procrastination then results in regret. How many times have we heard people say, I wish I had done this?
Right, yeah. We've had customers for quite a long time. We've been around a little while. And I see the regret in their eyes when they come in and their child is grown. Yeah. And it's been several years. Yeah. And they didn't mean it to be. Right. They didn't start out that way. They had good intentions, but the good intentions didn't pick up the phone or get on the computer and contact us, and that's a difficult one to overcome. Yeah, and there's always a reason. You know, there's always the sports team you have to take one of your kids to. There's always an event. There's always a reason to put it off. But I don't think there's ever a good one to build a true legacy for your family. You know, there's a saying that if you want a beautiful tree, plant it 20 years ago. If you want a beautiful tree in 20 years, plant it today. And I think that's what we have to, that's how we have to look at it. We have to plant today for tomorrow, because your kids aren't going to change tomorrow, the next few days. And I think what happens then is that we let it go. Yeah. And I think sometimes too, Bev, one of those objections is that kids can, at certain ages, it can be difficult. Yeah. And you say they like to have their own opinion. They do. Once they get their own opinion, you're in trouble. But the reality is, when kids are difficult, especially you look at toddlers and things like that, sometimes they photograph the best because there's no inhibitions. There's no obstacles. You work harder, but what you get is truly them. We all work harder. and Bev, you and I are not hypocrites. We walk through our home and the treasures are on our wall. And we look at the portraits of our girls, from babies to toddlers to all the way through. And I can tell you from life's experience, easiest thing to do to procrastinate about your portrait, but it's one of the most devastating things you can do. No regrets.